It's a conference that is conceived by the MDC of FAAN, Captain Rabi Hamid, and his thinking is that we needed to have a platform for engagement and interaction with all the stakeholders in the industry so that we can share experiences, share information, and share ideas on how to move the industry forward. You would agree with me that the aviation sector is huge. We have only scratched the surface in this part of the world, and we have so many experienced and well-trained professionals who have residual knowledge that we need to bring up and apply in order to move the industry forward. So that's going to be the focus of the conference.
Okay, apart from sharing experiences, which other area are you also looking at in bringing the stakeholders together?
Okay, we have a business summit. We are reaching out to all the state governments that have airports in their states. We are also showcasing the business opportunities and investment opportunities within our own facilities so that investors can come and take a look at this. The world is slowly moving away from aeronautical revenue to non-aeronautical revenue, and this requires a lot of creative thinking, a lot of innovation, risk-taking, and then looking beyond the ordinary. So we are bringing the stakeholders together so that we can all rub minds and see how we can leverage. Nigeria is very diverse, even though we're one country. The airport in Sokoto is very different from the airport in Akure. The landscape, the culture, the traditions, all these are the things that drive aviation in different parts of the world. So there should be, look at the Durbar, for instance, in the north. We can build events around the Durbar that would also drive aviation in Katsina, in Kaduna, in Sokoto, in Kano. And then you come to the south west, for instance, a place like Akure will have a huge landmass there. There are so many things we can do there. So these are the kind of thinking we're looking at bringing up among stakeholders when we meet eventually.
Your non-aeronautical revenue, how would you describe it?
It's growing, but we still have a lot to do. There are so many areas we have not looked at, and we are putting resources together, especially in the areas of ideas, to see how we can tap into that aspect. We've not scratched the surface of cargo, for instance. We've not done much about that. Tourism. In some airports, if you go to Changi and some of the big airports in the world, they've almost reproduced the Disney effect around the airports. So you're coming in to an airport, but it looks like an amusement park. And people are motivated to travel. Even those who are not traveling are coming into the airport facility, and they are paying because while they are there, they are eating, they are buying stuff for their children, and so money is exchanging hands, and all these amount to non-aeronautical revenue for the airports. Right now in Nigeria, we don't have a single airport that has an amusement park or has any amusement facility. In fact, we don't have an airport that has a facility for managing children. So if you're traveling, you just sit with your children in the departure hall, and if you need to maybe work on your laptop while you're waiting for your flight, your child is distracting you, you don't have any means of engaging that child. And truth be told, I've seen some passengers who looked very irritated by the activities of some children around them when they were trying to concentrate on some activity. So if we had provisions or service providers who come take that off us and create a place like that, if flight is delayed, children become a bit irritable, they become a bit restless, you can take them to that place and they can be well engaged and everybody's happy.
Okay. Now, in order to achieve what you have just described, it means FAAN will have to sit down and embark on a massive infrastructural upgrade at the airport, or even building a complete one entirely, to meet the yearnings and the demands of the air travelers. Is FAAN also looking at this area?
Yes, well, FAAN has that disposition already because we are open to partnership. We must not be the ones to handle those infrastructural development ourselves. So we're open to private sector partnership, and that is part of what we're talking about here. We're saying to the private sector and to other investors out there, hey, we are open for business. So come talk to us, bring your ideas, bring your proposals. We have the landmass, and we have the authority to give out this landmass to people who align with our corporate goals and the mandate that sets us up. So when you have such ideas, bring them up, we'll consider them, we'll bring in experts where we are deficient, and they'll Okay, it's going to be a 5-day event. It's going to start, God willing, on June 14th, and it's going to run all through to 17th. Now, we expect the Honorable Minister of Aviation, Senator Kadisirika, to declare it open. We're expecting some international guests. We have speakers who are industry veterans who are coming to address different subject areas ranging from the single
Single-air transport
market. Yes, we're talking about security, we're talking about safety issues. Then we have an investment summit that kicks off from Wednesday and drives on till the end of the program. We have exhibition booths where state governors are coming to exhibit the potentials and the facilities available in their states. So we already have documentaries from some of these states we'll be showing to the audience members. So we're looking at how aviation dovetails into national security. We have experts coming to talk to us about that, especially given the prevailing security threats around. So there's so much to look forward to. We also have an essay competition for industry practitioners, and they're going to be writing around the theme of the conference. And the person who comes first has a very handsome reward waiting for them.